As we await the appearance of the newly crowned King and Queen on the balcony of Buckingham Palace, I'm joined now by Air Commodore John Lyle, and Robert Hardman is back with us. Now, this flypast, it's not an ideal day for it, John, is it? Tell us the complications of trying to stage something that is as important in terms of people's safety as it is for the spectacle on a day like today.
Well, as you mentioned, the original aspiration was to have 68 aircraft for a mixture of World War II aircraft, rotary wing helicopters, fast jets, all flying in different formations. And that's incredibly complex. So it takes an awful lot of planning. And it also means you need to make sure that you get all those aircraft together in a safe place, which is over the North Sea. And therefore, the plan had been for all the aircraft to join up into a long train of the different formations as we flowed in from over the North Sea. And to do that, you need the weather. And unfortunately, today, that's what's conspired against us.
Right. Well, all I can hear right now is the most massive cheer behind me. So there is the reason. We have King Charles III and Queen Camilla in the imperial state crown and Queen Mary's crown, waving to the thousands of people who are thronging the Mall, who have braved the rain and are here to witness an historic moment. Here we see, John, the helicopters coming in.
Yes.
Through the clouds, through the rain, they've made it.
Exactly, they've battled through. So this is the first of 5 formations of helicopters we'll have ahead of the Red Arrows. And what you're seeing is a formation, the first ones were a formation of 3 Juno helicopters, so training helicopters from #1 Flying Training School. And interestingly, on the second of those helicopters is Squadron Leader Rich Allinson, who was actually one of Prince William's flying instructors when he was going through his helicopter training. So there's a nice royal connection there.
And also interesting that the helicopters can fly lower, so that's one of the reasons it's safe for them.
They can, and they have slightly different rules when it comes to cloud base and how close to the weather they can get because of their slower speed.
Right, and even though it's very rainy then, it's not too dangerous for them today?
It's within the safety limits. It's right on the edge, which is why unfortunately we couldn't get the other aircraft, but absolutely within limits for the helicopters and for the Red Arrows.
And so they're coming right overhead.
Hear them now.
Right over the palace. Everybody looks up. And
so at the
King
top
himself,
of the screen.
Sorry, go ahead.
So the top of the screen there was the Army formation, so a Wildcat and 2 of the AH-64s. So they're coming over now. So we've got formations initially from the Navy, then the Army, then the Royal Marines, and then finally the Royal Air Force.
And the King and the Prince of Wales both looking up there and understanding both as helicopter pilots. That's interesting.
It is.
They know what it takes.
Well, we've got the first monarch who can fly a helicopter. He was in his naval days. Correct me if I'm wrong, but he was actually a very good Wessex helicopter
Indeed,
pilot.
yes.
He was top of his class, so he knows what's going through their minds. And of course, the Prince of Wales has flown many helicopters, so there's a lot of expertise up there if they're flying.
They're currently in their 59th season. They've got another 60 displays to do this year.
And where are those displays? Are they all over the world, or do they tend to be in the British Isles?
So the majority in the British Isles, but they do go all over the world.
And this is the moment.